Have you ever wondered why in Peshawar a newly paved roads never stay smooth for long? This is a frustrating reality for residents. The familiar cycle of digging and rebuilding doesn't just cause temporary inconvenience, it permanently damages road structure, creating a city-wide web of potholes, patches, and bottlenecks that ensnare traffic daily.
हुकूमत ने पहले एक बार यहाँ पर काम कर लिया है। सड़कों की तोड़ फोड़ पर कितना पैसा जाया किया हुआ है इन्होंने, और दोबारा ये जब नई ठेकेदार आते हैं वो हुकूमत को कहते हैं कि ये काम ठीक नहीं है, ऐसे नहीं ऐसे है, और दोबारा कढ़ाई कर देते हैं। इस कढ़ाई की वजह से रोजाना यहाँ पर रोड भी ब्लॉक रहता है, 5-2 घंटे 3-3 घंटे रोड ब्लॉक रहता है, और यहाँ पर एक्सीडेंट भी होते हैं। आज भी सुबह एक्सीडेंट हुआ है, 2 बंदों को अस्पताल में ले गए और बैग उनकी टूटी हुई खड़ी है।
सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि इन जितने भी डिपार्टमेंट हैं इनकी आपस में कोऑर्डिनेशन नहीं है। एक बंदा खोदता है और फिर भाग जाता है। ये तकरीबन 4-5 दिन से यहाँ पे इन्होंने खोदा हुआ है, जिसकी कुछ समझ नहीं आ रही कि किस वजह से खोदा हुआ है। आप यकीन करें कि आज सुबह ये बाइक सामने खड़ी है, आप उसको देख लें, 3 बंदे एक्सीडेंट हुए यहाँ पे, यहाँ से उछल के यहाँ पे गिरे हैं और बुरी तरह हॉस्पिटलाइज हुए हैं। तो ये है कि गवर्नमेंट को चाहिए कि काम कुछ पोजीशन में करें, मतलब ये काम है थोड़ा सा करके फिर रात को कर लें या दिन को कर लें। मसला ये है कि अभी देखें मेन सड़क है, सदर रोड है, लेकिन यहाँ पे गड्ढे खोदे हुए हैं जिसकी कुछ समझ नहीं आ रही।
The public's frustration points to a deeper failure in planning. Without coordination between departments, this cycle will continue wasting public funds and trapping the city in endless gridlock. The solution isn't more construction, but smarter, lasting construction that puts the citizen commute first.
Afghanistan is the biggest seller of military equipment all over the world. You know why? Because they are selling our equipments. This was the hypothesis made by President Donald J. Trump of United States of America within his new cabinet of this administration. After the withdrawal and retrieval of US forces from Afghanistan in 2021, most of the US weaponry and militaristic weapons remained in Afghanistan and they had to back out. Around 1 million pieces of militaristic weapons and firearms were had to be left in Afghanistan, and the US forces and the other Afghan forces had to withdraw immediately once the Afghan Taliban advanced in Afghanistan. Around these 1 million pieces of weaponry also includes the most advanced and technological militaristic weaponry, and the firearms cache that may include M4 and M16 rifles are also with the Afghan Taliban right now. But what are the problems right now as far as this militaristic weaponry captured by Taliban is concerned? What are going to be the long-term consequences if it goes into the wrong hands and into the Al-Qaeda affiliates? What has the BBC and the biggest UN organizations has to say regarding this fact? Let's get to know about this. The United Nations Sanctions Committee at Doha, which sat lately in the last year of 2025, an anonymous Afghan Taliban official has disclosed the fact that around 500,000 pieces of this weaponry that remained after 2021 in Afghanistan still remains unaccounted for. Where is it going? This 500,000 pieces of weaponry, or even more than that, is going to various organizations and is going in really wrong hands. Firstly, it is going into the Al-Qaeda affiliates. Moreover, the black markets, and it is being sold and smuggled. Thirdly, it is also going to the East Islamic movement of Turkestan. It is also going to the militants who are supporting and who are making the Islamic movement of Afghanistan. And it is also being reached into Pakistan for Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. This could have far-fetched consequences as far as this advanced militaristic weaponry is concerned, because on one hand it is sold on the black markets, and on the other hand it is going to the dangerous and terrorist organizations of the world, as including the Al-Qaeda affiliates and Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Now, when on one hand, this more than 1 million pieces of militaristic weapon captured by Afghan Taliban in Afghanistan is of course not going in good hands. It is not going for a purpose. Moreover, according to another official statement by Afghan Taliban, though anonymous, that around 20% of these 1 million pieces initially captured by Afghan Taliban in Afghanistan, this 20% is going to the tribal chiefs and the local leaders within Afghanistan. This is a common way of gifting these militaristic weapons to each other, thus to consolidate their power. So now it remains a bigger dilemma, not only for the Departments of Defense and War within the United States of America, but also those terrorist organizations that are incorporated and operating in Pakistan, in Uzbekistan, and in East Turkestan, because this remains a huge predicament for the security concerns of different countries. More importantly, Pakistan on this side and the United States of America on the other hand, because it is going to have long-term consequences. Thank you.